Writing. Have you ever met someone who believed a black belt made them unstoppable? Someone who thought strength was measured by how many people they could intimidate. My rich neighbor's son believed exactly that. He challenged me to a fight in front of the entire neighborhood, certain he would embarrass an old man with gray hair. What he didn't know was that years before, I had led a Navy SEAL team through some of the toughest missions imaginable. But the greatest lesson I ever learned wasn't about winning fights. It was about knowing when not to fight at all. What happened that afternoon changed not only his life, but also mine. It proved that true martial arts are never about pride or showing off. They're about discipline, respect, and the courage to choose kindness when everyone expects violence. Before we begin, welcome to Black Belt Legacy. If stories about courage, honor, and the true spirit of martial arts inspire you, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment telling us what respect means to you. Your support helps us share more powerful stories with people around the world. I moved into a quiet neighborhood after retiring from the Navy. Most people only knew me as Daniel, the older man who enjoyed gardening every morning and walking his golden retriever through the park. That was exactly how I wanted it. I had spent enough years surrounded by danger. Peace had become my greatest treasure. Across the street lived the Harris family. They had a beautiful mansion, expensive cars, and enough money to make sure everyone knew they were successful. Their 17-year-old son, Tyler, had recently earned his black belt in karate. Every chance he got, he wore his uniform around the neighborhood. He loved showing spinning kicks, breaking wooden boards, and posting videos online where people praised his skills. At first, I admired his dedication. Earning a black belt takes years of hard work. But I also noticed something missing. Humility. One afternoon, I watched Tyler laugh at a younger student who couldn't perform a kick correctly. Instead of encouraging him, Tyler mocked him until the boy walked away with tears in his eyes. That bothered me. The next day, I quietly approached Tyler. Being strong means helping people who are weaker than you, I said. He looked at me and laughed. Thanks, Grandpa, he replied. Maybe you should stick to watering your flowers. His friends burst into laughter. I simply smiled and walked away. A few days later, the neighborhood gathered for a community charity event in the local park. Kids played games while families enjoyed food and music. Tyler had organized a martial arts demonstration to impress everyone. After breaking several boards, he looked around proudly. "Does anyone want to challenge me?" he shouted. Nobody answered. Then his eyes landed on me. "You," he said with a grin. "Why don't you show everyone those gardening moves?" People laughed nervously. I shook my head. "I'm too old for that." Tyler stepped closer. "Or maybe you're just scared." The crowd became silent. I could feel every eye watching us. For a moment, old memories returned. I remembered training elite soldiers. I remembered missions where one wrong decision meant someone never came home. Compared to those days, this moment felt incredibly small. "I don't fight for entertainment," I said calmly. He smirked. "Then admit I'd beat you." His father crossed his arms proudly, clearly enjoying the attention. I looked at Tyler and saw something deeper than arrogance. I saw insecurity. He needed everyone to believe he was the strongest because he wasn't sure he believed it himself. Instead of walking away, I asked him one simple question. "Who taught you that martial arts are about humiliating people?" His smile faded. Before he could answer, an older man stepped out from the crowd. It was Mr. Nakamura, Tyler's first karate instructor. His face carried disappointment. "Nobody," Mr. Nakamura said quietly. I taught him the opposite. The entire park became silent. Mr. Nakamura walked beside Tyler. "When you earned your white belt, what was the first lesson?" Tyler looked down. "Respect." "And what was the second?" Discipline. And the third? Protect others. The instructor nodded. So why are you doing the exact opposite? Tyler couldn't answer. Then Mr. Nakamura turned toward me. I recognize you, he said. Years ago, our military base had invited martial arts masters to teach leadership and discipline. Mr. Nakamura had been one of them. He smiled warmly. I remember you. You always trained harder than everyone else, but you never bragged. Tyler stared at me. You know him? Mr. Nakamura chuckled. Know him? Son, this man once led a Navy SEAL team. Men trusted him with their lives. The crowd gasped. Tyler's confidence disappeared instantly. His face turned pale. You were a SEAL? I nodded. But that's not the most important part of my life. He looked confused. What is? I smiled. Coming home. Building a peaceful life. Helping people instead of fighting them. Nobody spoke. Finally, Tyler lowered his head. I'm sorry. It was the first genuine thing I had heard him say. I placed a hand on his shoulder. A black belt doesn't make you dangerous. It makes you responsible. He swallowed hard. I've been trying to prove I'm strong. You don't prove strength by defeating people, I answered. You prove it by lifting them up. His father stepped forward. For the first time since I had met him, his voice was humble. I think we've been teaching him the wrong lessons. Mr. Nakamura smiled. It's never too late to learn. Over the next several weeks, I noticed something changing. Tyler stopped showing off in the neighborhood. Instead, he volunteered to help younger students during karate classes. Whenever a child struggled with a technique, he patiently demonstrated it again. He even apologized to the boy he had embarrassed. The smile on that young student's face was worth more than any trophy. One Saturday morning, Tyler knocked on my door. I brought something, he said. It was a brand new set of gardening gloves. I figured yours were getting old. I laughed. They were. We spent the afternoon planting flowers instead of throwing punches. While digging in the soil, he asked me about my years in the Navy. I told him stories, not about combat, but about teamwork, trust, and protecting innocent people. He listened carefully. I always thought heroes were the people who won fights, he admitted. I shook my head. The greatest heroes prevent fights from happening. Months later, our neighborhood held another charity event. This time, Tyler gave a different demonstration. After showing several impressive techniques, he invited every child onto the stage. Instead of proving he was better than them, he taught them simple moves while encouraging each one. The crowd applauded louder than they had the year before. As the event ended, Tyler walked over to me. You were right, he said. About what? Kindness takes more courage than fighting. I smiled proudly. Now you're beginning to understand what a black belt really means. As I watched families laughing together under the evening sky, I realized that the greatest victory of my life had never happened during a military mission. It happened in a neighborhood park where one young man discovered that respect is stronger than pride, humility is stronger than ego, and kindness is stronger than any punch. Real martial arts are not about creating fear. They are about creating peace. Every act of respect, every helping hand, and every moment of self-control makes the world a little stronger. If this story touched your heart, remember this simple truth: wherever life takes you, the strongest person in the room is often the one who chooses kindness over conflict. Carry that lesson with you, share it with others, and together we can build a world where true strength is measured not by how hard we can hit, but by how deeply we can care.